Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Top Floor Podcast. I'm your main host, Kur, and today we're joined by two invited guests, Deng Morris and Santino. So, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Uh, our topic of today will be college life or university life. How people struggle with university life, things they go through, and what it's like being in university. What are the things you could actually give out to those joining college soon that they should be careful for, or those things they should be doing, or those things you have realized late you should be doing in college? So, Await, you can tell me about university life.
All right. So what I can say about college life, college is like a continuation of high school,
Mhm.
and in this stage, this is whereby people actually now get to choose the careers that they want to pursue in life.
Yeah, true.
Like some of us here are doing engineering, are doing pharmacy, medicine. So it's basically where you specialize. You want to be a lawyer in the future. And it's also where a lot of things get to happen. This is whereby people actually mess up their lives, right? Because you get to meet a lot of people, you get to see a lot of things that maybe you didn't see in the high school.
True.
So I can say that in college life, I've had a few friends who have actually messed up, like they have gotten influenced by others. Okay, this is like them taking drugs, alcohol, and a lot of many other things that they do. Then I've also met a few friends who have actually influenced me like in the right way. Because I know myself and I can say that alcohol and drugs are never my thing, but I've seen a few, okay? A few people actually do all of those, but they're still pushing. So college is just a mixture of a lot of things, but mainly the problems that are being faced here are usually the influence that you have, okay? If you're somebody that can easily get influenced, this is where like, things now start happening. Okay, you start going out to meet different people, you start consuming drugs. Like you start changing totally. Yeah, and all I can say is that if you're somebody that is trying to move far in life, you're supposed to avoid the influence. Okay, yeah, you're supposed to stick to your word and continue pushing.
Okay. Thank you for that input. Then, what would you add to that?
My man,
Yes, sir.
college life is actually serious. As for me, as you see me here, life is tough. But anyway, university the other way around is it depends on how you approach it. Um, One, as you talked about being influenced, yes, actually that's the main factor about a student over here because if you're a person that is actually not self-driven, just know you're gone. There are a lot of students that actually came that were under a lot of restrictions back home. The parents were actually strict, and when they came over here, you know, the the university can't follow up with you that much because they know you're actually mature enough to handle some things alone. Since actually you are trusted to come over this side, so actually a lot of students actually have taken it as a way to over enjoy something they actually didn't have back home the other side. In the other run, that is where actually they get issues. And actually, as here, we have had a lot of issues. We have associations solving a lot of issues all the time. And this is due to peer group, the bad one. Okay, the influence is good, but how are you being influenced? That matters. Are you influenced negatively or positively? It's good to be influenced, take the good part, leave the bad
The
part.
bad part. Yeah.
Because we have different people over here. The whole of Africa is here, by the way, and all the countries are here. We have the Indians, other worlds are also here. So they come with different cultures, but it would be better if we stick to what we actually were taught. So long as the morals are there, we stick to that. So it's not the only thing in the university, but as we move on, we shall outline more and more, and we tell you what it is about. So You guys can shed more light. Me, I can even talk till morning.
It's all right, so.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Well, in college life, it's not only about books, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
It's you get to do other extra curriculum things. Could be sports. That reminds me. Let's talk about dating in college because it's not a new thing to those in college. It's not a new thing to those who have finished college. It's not a new thing to those who are coming to college.
All right.
You know, I had different perspectives of college. When I was in high school, I thought it would be this amazing place where you come
Same.
get you
Sound like
come.
you had broken
This is
already. Okay.
this is where you're going to party and all these things and
You
stuff
live the
like that.
life.
You live the life, like,
Okay.
but it's a different thing. So let's talk about dating in college. What is it like dating in college? Could be your experience, could be what you have experienced from other people. So can you have an input on that?
Yeah, what I can say is that basically, if you are to define what dating is, okay, you can say dating is like a union of two people that have taken a liking to each other based off their common interests, right?
Dang.
Okay.
That's some philosophy. Yes. Mm.
Yeah, I think I should become a philosopher. But
Okay.
anyways, back to the point. Dating two people come together of different gender, let alone what is happening nowadays.
What is happening, sir? Tell us. Tell us. Tell
This is-
us.
this is what the
this is
viewers
what we
need to
want.
know.
What is happening?
All right, I've seen that a lot of things are happening, right?
Dang.
And it's surprising me that these things are being promoted. They're even being allowed in other countries. Like you see that men are getting married, women are getting married to
Okay.
each other. A woman, a woman, a man, and a man.
Okay.
Okay.
You mean the LGBT thing?
Yes, of course. LGBT.
Ooh.
So I've seen a lot of that, and I cannot say that that's dating. Okay, it's not dating. So
Okay.
back to our topic, dating in college life. So a man and woman come together based on their common interests, right? Share the time, and it's usually for the purpose of settling together, right? That is like after college.
Marriage.
Exactly, that's marriage.
Yes.
So, based on the little experience I've had, I can say little because I'm not usually a person that's
Veteran.
always in relationships and all this.
Mm.
You're not a relationship type of person.
Yeah,
What are you,
I'm
sir?
a person who is aligned to goals. I'm a person who wants to achieve a lot. I like them.
Tell us your goals. Before I actually go deep into what you're saying, I'm a person who loves learning every day.
Okay.
So I would love to actually hear the goals you actually. Why do you want to hide your goals? I thought we were
no.
friends.
Oh no.
I thought we were friends. I just need to take the good part. I just talked about being influenced positively. So tell me the good part.
All right. So you see goals.
Okay.
In relationship. Because
Goals.
that's what we are talking about.
All right. So
Beautiful goals like for Ronaldo.
yeah.
Yes,
That
tell
makes
me.
a point, right?
Mm.
So the relationship, the goals that people must maintain between each other, right?
Sure, true.
That is like constant communication.
True.
Right?
Communication is the key.
Communication is the key.
Sheesh, it unlocks everything.
I'm telling you. So if you're somebody who is always talking to your partner, right? Trying to figure out things together, then I'm sure that that is something that can reach far.
You must be our black Shah Rukh Khan, okay? Mm.
Yeah, it's always about communication, patience, and being faithful. I know for a fact that I'm a loyal boy. Okay?
You loyal?
So loyal. And I don't know about you guys, but Kura, you're a loyal guy.
I am.
You are, right?
Yeah.
No.
She's
Okay,
listening.
then. How about you? You think you're a loyal guy?
By the loyalty, I
Okay,
think the
wait.
next.
Before we go further,
Okay.
you define for us what loyalty is.
My guy.
Uh-huh.
By the way, those terms, as for me, but based on my actions and what I and my partner actually know, loyalty the other way around. It is divided in many things. It's not a matter like if you are not having another partner, or like, for example, am I me avoiding dating two girls,
Yes.
that doesn't define loyalty only.
Okay.
Okay?
Wow.
I can actually avoid to date two girls and I only have one, but me texting with another girl and my partner doesn't know,
Okay.
I ain't loyal.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay? Me
Liking other girls.
going to media, liking other posts and commenting, and actually my partner has no clue about it, that's not loyalty.
All right.
Me
Okay.
leaking out what should be between me
And your partner.
and my partner, that is not loyalty. That is actually harming. So in the other way around, loyalty, I can just define it. You surrender your bad part just for the sake of you protecting something. If I want, if you want something, you have to drop something. For example, if you need peace, okay, let me take it to the peace part. Like if you are at war, okay, if you are at war, that process of you going on onto war, you're shooting, you're doing whatever, use of guns, that is because something failed actually to happen. Peace has failed. There's a saying that if peace fails,
It's gonna be
war
war.
happens, okay? So in the other way around, other people that actually don't want that, they always say, let's drop the guns and we come to peaceful talks,
Yes.
okay?
Dialogue.
So yeah, just a dialogue. So in the other way around, it's the same as the dating stuff. You can, maybe my partner phoned me, I was a type of a guy that actually likes every lady.
Wow.
Okay, of course, I love ladies, by the way, but I have a partner now that actually humbled me. I'm telling you, I even see other, okay, I'm sorry, what I'm about to say. The rest of the girls, I just like, the sisters I have at home.
Wow.
Okay? That is because I found a partner that is worth me dropping what I used to do. So that's loyalty, my guys. And I told you, you didn't even tell me your goals, or you tried to hide.
No, no, it wasn't about hiding.
Okay.
So,
Right.
this man here has explained loyalty.
Yes.
And I think that is from the women perspective.
So,
Right?
The man now.
Yeah, he has explained it from the women perspective. Since we don't have any lady here, we are going to discuss as men
okay.
Sure.
who is expected to be more loyal, a man or a woman. And
Okay.
if it's a man, why so? If it's a woman, why is that?
Okay.
Yeah, because I think a lot of dating nowadays involve a lot of bullshit. Dating in college, as we talked of earlier, it's divided into three.
Yeah.
The long distance, I mean, the long,
The long distance
no,
relationship.
not the long
What is
distance,
that?
not the long distance,
Okay.
the long term relationship
Oh, okay.
where you're invested into that relationship.
Yes, yes.
And then the short term where you people know you're not going anywhere, but you just want to be together. And then there is
The talking stage.
the top. It's not top. It's not called talking stages. I had it in college. It's called exactly
The what?
situationship.
Situationship.
Situationship. Where
I've
you
never heard
people
of that thing. That is actually something crazy.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
situationship stuff is just that it doesn't work. It is that one of you doesn't like the other. It is only one person that likes the other. Then you call it situationship.
Basically,
Ah,
you
man.
can call it a one-sided.
That is just a one-sided
that's one-sided
feeling.
relationship.
That's kalamfari.
So these are three dating nonsense. I can call them nonsense because technically dating is supposed to be a long-term thing,
They are leading.
right?
that's
Yeah, that
leading
leads
marriage.
into settlement. It leads into marriage, right? If it doesn't lead into marriage, that is commonly your main goal, right?
Actually, before you drive us to that point, you talked of who should be more loyal
Yes. So,
between
A man
between the man and
and a woman.
and a woman. So
We are talking of dating, but
yeah, we're talking about dating, by the way. So in the dating process, who is supposed to be more loyal than the other? Is it the female or the male? So I want Santino.
Yeah, sure.
I want you to shed more light on it. Can you tell us, please? Because That was it. It is actually a serious question.
Yeah, yeah, it's serious. So,
It is actually a serious question.
so what I do know is that when a man, right, when a man falls in love with a woman,
Okay.
okay, it's always that woman over everything, okay,
My
and
man,
I'm speaking from my own experience.
I love your experience, sir.
If
I
I have fallen for a lady, right, and I'm dating her, right, I always choose her over any other woman, right.
Facts,
So
facts.
as you say that when you are dating a woman, right, and she humbles you like the way you are humble,
exactly. I'm too
okay,
humbled, man. Yes, yeah.
every other lady
Mm,
looks like a sister to you.
true.
Or I can say that they suddenly become unattractive. No offense, they become unattractive. Okay.
Like brothers, you know?
But when you
Yeah,
get issues, do they become attractive? Like if
yes,
you get a quarrel.
yes.
This is what actually I think this is what defines loyalty.
That is it.
Yo,
Because
okay.
look, it's not when you have a
But sorry
problem.
to interrupt. Okay,
It's
go
not when you
ahead.
have a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
You jump out.
Okay.
That means you're disloyal.
He just jumped out
I didn't jump out.
that if
Because
he gets an issue with his chick,
Listen,
you are
they
the one
become
that
attractive.
you're the one that
She's
questioned.
listening, man.
You are the one that questioned. He's
you
the
know
one
what?
that questioned.
Yes.
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 And I say that even if we get a quarrel,
Uh-huh.
she remains still attractive, and everyone else is what unattractive.
You just switched, but it's okay. Go ahead, sir.
Baby.
Good run. Otherwise, she's going to. We are sorry, madam, but forgive us.
No, don't worry about her. She's on mine.
Okay. Eesh. Fresh.
So back to what I was saying.
Okay.
That if a man has fallen for a woman, right? Because honestly, what I can say is that as a man, right, you get to meet a lot of women by the day, and you're always tempted. But if you know you have somebody for you,
True.
right, these other ladies don't matter. Because as I always say, right,
Yeah. Yes.
there's a lot of fish in the what?
In
The
the
ocean.
ocean.
Yes.
Even in the lake.
Listen, until it is your time to go fish,
You'll find none.
you find none. So I always feel like
You're
a
right.
man's loyalty, right? It's always predefined. Like you know, obviously that if this man has fallen for you, he's only going to be there for you. And you will notice, right, from the way you talk, from the way you handle issues, and over the long term, you'll know that this is somebody that truly loves you.
Yes.
Okay? I like woman's loyalty because that one needs to be questioned, and I would like it if there was a lady here that will explain this for us.
Hey.
Okay?
Yes.
Because I've had a lot of things, and they always say that if a lady is cheating, right, it is something you will never know.
True.
You will never know
They will never know.
you will never know until maybe she says
she's
it
caught.
herself, or until maybe there's proof that this is cheating,
Evidence,
right?
yeah.
So I really don't understand, but hopefully on the next podcast we shall maybe bring a lady and she will let us know how does this work.
No.
And I think they always twist it like when they cheat, they always twist it. You pushed me to do this kind of stuff. They most
You
of,
were
most of
misbehaving.
yes, most of the
So
ladies
this is
don't,
why I did this.
they don't take accountability for their actions.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
They always come up with this stuff
With
of
the
the reason why I did this is
It's
because
because
you
of
didn't
this.
have time for me.
Have
You didn't have time for me. And then again, when you have time, you are again boring, man.
Exactly.
They get tired of people easily.
okay.
Yeah.
So my question is this: since we have talked about dating, you know, educated women, right?
Sure.
They especially after high school, after university,
Yeah, yeah.
they tend to be a different kind of women,
Sure.
right? They tend to put down their values because of their degrees, because of whatever PhDs they have or any sort of that, any sort of paper they have. They tend to to put their values aside, and everything they do is always.
In other words, they want to be feminists.
No, it's okay being a feminist. It's
So
okay
long
being a
as you back
feminist.
it up.
So long as you back it up.
Yes.
This is the thing.
True.
And people misunderstood what feminism is. I support women being feminist. But the way the concept, it's, someone will be like, I don't need a man,
Okay.
right? Which is wrong. I don't think it's supposed to be all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Just because you have a degree, just because you can make your own money, doesn't give you a right to say, I don't need a man. Maybe that's what you think. And a lot of women or a lot of girls do that mistake until they become older and they are unattractive to guys. So at a certain age, they started, regretting their actions because of the so-called I don't need a man. So could that be about dating in high school? I mean, in college, or is it about the degree that they have?
So you have said a lot actually, and I want this young man to explain for us his idea. Okay, I want him to let us know what he thinks about this.
No, anything to do with women, I'm telling you, uh, we guys who are not even from the Bible, for me, I believe I'm a Christian in a way. I believe in religion.
Okay.
I'm telling you, what I'm about to say is that is a very bad cause. Like, you can never actually say, I know women fully. You can try to discuss this, then another leakage the other side. You do this, another leakage the other side. So these are people that you can actually never understand. But when it comes to the degree part and the way they behave due to the education part, it's not all of them, and it actually depends on the family where some girls
Some
come
girls
from.
come from. Yeah.
There are girls who are just actually immoral, no matter the degree or they have the degree or they don't have, they are like that. But I've seen a lot of educated girls actually doing what women are supposed to do. They are not going toe to toe with guys because they have a degree. Okay, you have a degree, I have a degree. Does that remove the man in me that I shouldn't be a man again of the house? You have the degree, so I should be the one now going and bathe the children? No, it's not the issue. So that comes, it depends. Most of the educated girls actually have uneducated mothers. Why don't they go and exercise their immorality on their mothers just because they're educated? They don't. But these are the mothers actually that are telling them, you need to do this. This is what is supposed to be done to a man, and this is not what is supposed to be done to a man. So this is actually a very bulky topic because the behavior of ladies in the college it's actually not their behavior. Someone told me sometime back that if you actually need to talk to a girl and you actually want her to hear something, don't go to her when she has friends or they are
In
standing
a
in a
group.
group because it's not all of those girls standing actually will like you. So the other side of the girls is different from us. We guys, we are always positive. We are always positive. When, like you, Santino or Cool, when you come and say, I've gotten a guy, okay, I've gotten a guy. We are not going to ask, okay, what does he do? Does he drive? If you have watched other people say this, we don't ask what a girl does.
Sure.
Okay, but I don't blame. But girls, when they ask, they always say, "What does he do? How does he?" They always care how you look. Everyone says, "I want cute babies." Okay, I don't know how sure are they. I sure. Anyway, we shall come to that. So that actually affects the dating and actually brings some arrogance in the girls. I mean, within girls in the college, other girls are being influenced. You may find a girl actually likes you, but just because he had some frictions
Board of
with a
directors.
certain yes, with a friend or someone, I'm telling you, you're gonna get blocked for no reason. You don't even know what happened. Okay, you don't know what happened, but that is due to them being in a group and they actually don't like you. Other people don't like you. So actually, it is 50-50 sometimes. Ladies are actually just arrogant, but they are not arrogant that much. So long as she likes you, I'm telling you, there's nothing going to be tough for you.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen guys. Why do you think that actually very cute ladies, very okay, sorry, I'm not that nice looking, but these very cute ladies you see, okay, the cute ladies you see, they have the worst boyfriends. I'm telling you. And you would think
The
that you're
worst
actually
boyfriend.
nice
Yeah.
looking. She's rejecting you. What? Why do you think so? It is because ladies just want something they manage. They don't want a guy who will just say, "Hey, I don't want you to do this." You're actually disturbing them.
Okay, wait.
Mm.
So does that mean that the girl you have right now is choosing you because you look manageable?
That is a good question. That one actually will go to her.
Okay.
But for what I've seen, anyway, not to debate about my love. That girl just loves me. Whether I'm ugly or handsome, my baby, they love me. Oh. That chick loves me. But About the ladies, I'm telling you, there's nothing you can ever get out of that. That is just because they don't want difficult guys. They only want difficult guys later on, not in the college. Later on, when they are not trying
Settle.
it's not even settling. That is not even settling. It is coming. When they not want to scam and now they just give back and they have something to eat now. But for now, it's all about looks. Who has better looks?
Okay.
You will never hear a girl saying that I need a guy who will buy land. No, all is about looks. Mr. So and so is more handsome than this. I'm going for him. So it's all trash. I'm telling you. Everything in about dating in the college is trash, except mine. Mine is not trash.
Okay.
Me
Now,
too.
Yeah.
I'm not in that part, so I don't know whatever. I can call them lover boys or whatever.
No, no, we're not lovable. But these are things we see every day.
Listen, my thing was,
Mm.
there are a lot of issues with dating. I mean, with a lot of marriages lately.
Okay.
And people are learning bad manners in relationships, especially when they reach college.
Yeah.
Right? In high school, it's about that simple. I don't know the high school I came from. We would only text, not text. How do you call it? Write letters. That's all that matters. And when we came to college, it's a different thing. It's a
It's now
different
real.
level of dating. Yeah, it's now real. That was a
That
free
was
trial.
a free trial.
A free trial, exactly. So when you come to college, it's now a real thing. And in the period of you getting a degree, you might learn some bad manners, or you might learn good things, depending on the kind of person you want to be. And I think this has affected. I think a lot of girls nowadays they want to be rich single mothers and all those kind of stuff. They, a lot of girls have lost interest in guys, especially those that have entered college, those that have finished college. They lose interest in guys, and I think it's about the way people date in college. It's not, it's not ethical. As I
So
said earlier, the three pillars of dating: the situationship, the short term. Those two things are too dangerous. They cause a lot of emotional
But
distress, physical issues.
you actually talked about actually people not liking guys. Did you know that the actually guys who actually don't like ladies?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not that they're homosexuals. It is because at some point they put a lot of trust in something and then it didn't work out. So it came out like they are broken. So and there are people who are actually emotional. They're actually emotional naturally. Like a single thing happens, everything has gone. And then there are those that just keep falling in love. For example, I'm telling you, you will never hear me saying love is trash. No,
Love
I
is
will
trash.
never because I know it's not everything that works out. I'm telling you, it's not everything that works out. Um, in love, there are some things you will break up, move on. She moves on. She cheats on you. You cheat on her. All this you separate, but
Okay.
after this college life, a lot of girls are actually saying, I want to be an independent woman. Independent woman. You don't fight to be an independent woman. It's not bad. So you being, but actually I've gotten the code. I want to be an independent woman. It means I don't want a man. You see? Why don't you want a man? Which woman doesn't actually a woman that has in her right mind doesn't need a man? Okay. So for example, a lady will say, I want to be independent. It's not bad to be actually be independent financially. Be independent financially because actually it's not that when you get married, it's going to go through or work out or throughout. You can have kids, you can also lose your spouse. Okay? And if you lose the spouse, that independency now comes in for you to take over and you actually support the kids. But you don't use the independence as a sign of not needing a man. No, that one doesn't work like that. So people are actually getting it
Wrong.
wrongly, the ladies. So the ladies actually want it as a way to flex and
Jump from one man to another.
jump from one. Right, those jumping can jump, but my main goal is you can be independent as a lady. No issue. Be independent, true, because having your own thing is actually good. Okay, but You can never say, I'm going to be independent just to avoid men. Okay. Someone said, I don't know. I just forgot, but I'll go through it again. Someone said that when a lady has money, she doesn't need men. And when a man has money, she needs a lady. You see, we are two different things. And this is actually drives us to saying men are stingy, men are stingy to ladies. They don't like, they either don't have the money or they don't like you. Simple. Like me, if I don't have the money, what will I give you? My land?
You don't have.
Or if I have,
Okay.
and I love my girl, I'm telling you, I'll give little. You know, I'm in university, but 200 rupees actually matters. You just give her. I'm not being stingy. I'm giving what I can actually afford. So, about the independence or a lady being independent, they're actually getting it wrongly. So, I actually tell most of the ladies that I meet or they are my friends or my sisters, I wouldn't want them to ever say, I want to be independent just to avoid men. There's no way you'll avoid men. These are the same men you run to later in the hospital to treat you. You run to the mechanics to do. Have you ever found a lady carrying tires that I'm going to fix my car? It's a fellow man you're going to call. So what kind of independence is that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think it's with the subtopic of dating, we'll have more time where we are going to have ladies and we'll
Yes,
discuss it
yes.
more.
Mm.
It's a complex topic, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
we cannot finish it in a whole day.
Yes, sure.
So we're going to jump to the
Okay.
next subtopic, next outline. That will be, what advice would you give to someone that is in college, that has recently joined college? What advice would you give to them? Could be financially, how they manage their finances. Could be how they manage social life. You know, in college you get to meet a lot of people, as you talk about earlier. The influence, it's because of the kind of people you socialize with, right? At the same time, your finances, you know, you can't get enough sponsorship, or let me just say a lot of support. How are you able to control the flow of money in your pocket, the little that you get? Because I think managing whatever you have in college, it
It
has a
matters a lot,
reflection.
actually.
It
It
has
actually
a, yeah, it matters a lot, and it
Yeah.
also has a reflection to your next step of life. How you're going to manage your finances at home,
Yeah.
how you're going to manage maybe an enterprise or sort of that. So out here, some from you.
Yeah, I feel like the advice I can give to yeah, the advice I can give to those people that are joining college or those that are already in college. Right? First of all, I would like to talk about the people you meet with or you interact with, the so-called friends you have. Right? Friends are not bad, okay? But it depends on the type of friends that you choose to have. Because honestly, you'll meet people every day, right? You meet people every day, and these people always cause a change in your life,
True.
right? They introduce you to new things, right? And the influence, right? It comes in later as the good or the bad, because the
True,
people who
true.
come into your life, right, and they start changing your life, right?
They either fix you or they break you.
Yes, they show you how to take your priorities heavily. Like you start setting goals, and you find out that your life is not moving in order. Okay, they show you things that you didn't know before,
Yes.
and I feel like those are the friends you're supposed to have. Okay. On the other hand, maybe you have the so-called peer groups, the people that come in and they take you out to do things that you have never done before. Because it's not everyone that comes from college that has maybe been, doing some certain sort of things. For example, I can say that many people, they take alcohol, they do drugs,
Drugs.
right? They do a lot of things. But you come into college and you're somebody who has decided to achieve something, you're supposed to try and avoid that kind of thing because if you continue that path, it's always short and the result's always obvious. You're always going to fail and you will not achieve anything far. So if you're somebody that wants to move on, you avoid the kind of peer pressure and the bad influence and try to get friends that will try to change you. Okay.
Yes.
And you also said about the part of managing the finances. It's true that students who are in college, right? There are a few countries whereby when you're working, you're able to work. I mean, like, yes,
When you're
When you're
schooling, you
studying,
can
yes.
work actually.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you're able to work and you're being paid per hour. Meaning that if you're somebody who can manage the time for college and the time for work, you can actually
Get
sustain your
something.
living and you can get something.
Support yourself.
Exactly. You can support yourself, you can even pay your fees, right? But if you're somebody who is only getting the support from the parents, right? I feel like you should always try to budget.
Sure, sure.
Okay? Because honestly, the people who only come to school and that is the only thing they do, right? If they finish the money they have, that is it. It's hunger for the rest of the month.
Starvation.
Yeah, you starve.
Yeah.
So I feel like you should try and budget, the necessities and the things you don't need. You can want something, but you don't need it. Those two are different. And also, if you're somebody who's not receiving much, like they said, if he has a little 200 for his wife or for his
For his
girl,
girlfriend.
I feel like that 200 is better you go take coffee with it than you giving it to her because it won't do anything at the end of the day,
Hey,
right?
I can give if I actually don't have another 200.
So
It's,
so it's 200, 200, 200. It's
if
good,
I
but it's all
have,
right.
you don't give what you don't have.
Okay.
Yes.
So I feel like you budgeting, right? Your expenses is something important. And this is something you learn over the time. You can meet people and they show you like, this is how you're supposed to budget for this and this. It is something just within you. Because I have a few friends, when they get money, it's gone from that day. Like they get the money, that same night the money is all done.
Don't go through the
Don't go through the
corners.
corners.
Talk to
Talk
me
to me
So
direct.
I
directly.
have friends when they get money, it's always gone that same week. And I really
Yeah.
don't understand how.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we manage. We manage, okay?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
So,
so if you have something to say about that, you can go
yeah,
ahead.
anyway, as for me, like, it's just simple. We have, I can just term it, you have talked and you actually already outlined everything that would be a problem here. A lot of people are coming to the college and some already have people that they know in the university, and then there are those that are just coming to the university for the first time.
They don't know anybody.
They don't know anybody. So, for example, me, when I came, remember you came first.
Yes.
It is you who came first. At least we knew you when you were here. You came, I think, is it 2 months earlier or 3 months earlier?
I think it's two.
Month.
A month, a month.
A month, yes, a month. So at least you would have you already you got to know something in the school. So when we came, we were guided. And then there are those that came for the first time into the school and
Like me. I didn't
like
know.
yes, like you when you came for the first time, you actually didn't know anybody. If you are a person who is actually not self-driven, you are likely to lose a lot. You either lose the little that you came with from home, you join,
Wrong
they are
groups.
already seniors that were here that have actually made it a business. When a young one comes from, okay, it's not necessarily that he or she must be young, but when you're entering the
College.
university, the college, you're a new
Senior.
entrant, so you don't know how things run. These are the people that just come beside the new entrants and,
You lose everything.
they loot everything. The people are like, anyway, I don't need to direct fingers. So this is where issues come in. But if the new entrants are coming and they actually know what they are doing, in other words, you can term it as being self-driven. If you're self-driven here, I'm telling you, everything is going to be smooth. Holding on to something doesn't mean that you actually don't need people or you actually stay. It's that you're protecting something. You don't just come and enter the ocean. Do you even know how deep it is? You have to first check. Yo, okay,
The
then
depth.
I can go. So what I mean by that is you can befriend people first. Get to know how life is in the school. Get to know. Okay, not all the students in the school actually, but there are those that will actually groom you well and they actually influence you in a good way. This is how these things are supposed to be done, and this is how this is supposed to be done. That is if you want. But a group is always good. If you're in a group, there's always that person who will say, yo, we are not doing this. Yo, we are not doing this. It was bad for you. You came alone. For us, we came in a group, so it was okay. We held on to things. So we are not looted. Though we lost two, we are looted anyway. But a win is a win. So that is the little light I wanted to share on that. Yeah, yeah. So that's all. Yeah.
Okay. That's about finances. And let's talk about the social because
The social life.
It's more important. Like you meet people,
Okay.
and then as a student, this is how you make connection.
Sure,
You
sure.
get to make friends. You get to know how different people, their
Behave, the
lifestyle,
culture,
they
the lifestyle,
behave,
everything,
the
yes.
culture. Yes, the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that out. The culture and a lot of stuff. And then there are people who keep talking of they're introvert. They don't meet people. They just want to be alone. I think, on my own point of view, I think that is like it doesn't contribute much to you because the more you meet people, eh, you get to explore a lot.
Yes,
You
true.
get to let people know about you, the kind of skills you have, what you are up to, what do you do, and sort of that. So maybe, like for example, if we were to go back home, you will know the work I do. I'm an engineer,
Yes.
and I know the work you do. You're a pharmacist, right? So in case anything requires pharmacy, I'm gonna consult you. In case anything requires computer engineering, you're gonna consult me, and that is because we have explored each other, we have known each other, and I think this is where a lot of people complain about connections and stuffs like that because you cannot get connection when you don't know people. You don't. Nobody knows about you. Nobody knows what skill you have. So you're just gonna be inside or doing whatever you want to do, but you are not exposing your
Yeah,
skill.
yeah,
You are
sure.
not exposing what you're capable of. I think that that is a ridiculous mentality we have to let go. Being introvert. I'm not saying you're supposed to interact with everyone, but at least the people you interact with, and you interact with limits, right? And as we have said earlier, there are also effects of interacting with people. You get to step over, and maybe sometimes people start beefing and stuff like that. So being
Yeah.
an introvert doesn't solve everything. I think it's more of you have limits. You are social, but you have limits.
Yeah. So let me add on something.
Okay.
Like being an introvert, right? These are like the kind of people who love their own personal space. They love to stay where they are and they avoid like communication with really much people. They only want to be alone. And that is that kind of thing. But this is a habit that people usually get, and I feel like it's something that begins from the young age.
True.
Like the people who are always born and they isolate themselves, right? So they grow up as that kind of person who is not used to interact with the other children. Let's say if the kids are
In other
playing,
words, they actually didn't stay in. Okay, for us, we South
South
Sudanese,
Sudanese,
we always stay in extended families.
extended
So
family.
it's rare for you to find a family that is just, they call it nuclear,
yeah,
Nuclear.
nuclear family. So it's rare. So for those who stayed in extended families, it's easy for them actually to interact with everybody. Yeah, go ahead, carry on.
yeah.
Yes.
So you see these introverts. So they usually grow up in environments where they're isolated, where they're alone. Okay, and it is something that happens to them as they're growing up. They feel like their personal space is everything. Even when they're surrounded by people, like they don't feel comfortable. They always try to move out or to look for somewhere where they can be alone. And I feel like that is something bad because like the life that we're moving into is something where you need to meet people. There's a famous quote. They always say that your destiny helper is just four people away from you.
I'm about to write it down.
So if you have a notebook somewhere, write it down.
I'm about to write it down, and
You know,
then please repeat it for me.
your
I'm
destiny
learning.
helper
Yes.
is just four people away from you. Okay.
Oh, okay. I already have two to come.
So the
Yeah.
person that could change your life is just four people away from you. So if you're somebody that loves to stay alone, okay, you might not be that person. Okay, you
It
might
can
not
be
be.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, it could be.
So we're about to meet him.
Yeah, it could be.
All right. I
Yeah.
love the
So
saying. Go
what I'm
ahead.
trying to say is that try to meet people, okay? Try to interact, get to know people, and try to socialize, okay? Because you never know what can happen. The friend that you make jokes with today is somebody that can change your life tomorrow. Share your
Facts.
skills and be positive.
Okay. Yep. Anyway, yeah, you guys have already said it all. You said it all. So the social life actually is what is very important in any community. If you can actually manage to socialize with people, no matter the race, if you can actually manage to socialize, it's actually very important. You can get to learn something you actually didn't know, and they can also learn from you. In that run, for example, for us who are actually, we are foreign students here. Imagine going to an area that people don't know you in. The look people will give you there will show you that you're not supposed to go there anyway. Then you go to the area that they know you. Oh, hey, that is Santino. Oh, that is cool. You see, you will feel like that is where you're supposed to be. What caused that is that you're interacting with people. Okay, because if you're actually isolating yourself, something that will happen to you outside, they may not even know where you're from. Except if, the school actually has the uniform. If it happens and you're on a uniform, they can say, this child is from this university. But actually, interaction is not all about the school part. This interaction can actually go on and on because most of us actually, we are adults now. So it can continue for us who are
Next stage.
countrymates, even if we are not countrymates, that friendship, there's something actually that can link you. Imagine me being a friend to someone in Uganda.
Nigeria.
Uganda is my neighbor, right? So can't we just carry out small business? It is because I knew that man, I knew that guy from my college life. He knew me from the college life. Let's say he's a Nigerian. We are doing, South Sudan also depends on oil. They also depend on oil. So imagine for you wants to work in the oil field, they can also go and, you get some skills from those actually that are carrying it out. So the social life is so important. It's good for you to socialize with people. Even if you don't have a saying, always be there. You learn something new. It's not that when you're talking, you're learning. Even you keeping quiet, you get
You
something.
get some, yeah.
Yeah, it's not always the one talking actually gets something. You who is actually listening, you actually get to know something. And you cannot be left out if they are doing something. If they are doing something, they will not leave a weight out that, he love isolating himself, so we are not going to call him. But if you're always with people, they will say, Santino Awed is in his room. Please go call him.
Go call them.
And we do this. So social life in the school is good. Only that people actually have misinterpreted it. The more you socialize with a lot of people here, it has, as you can see, it has brought a lot of disrespect. Though the disrespect is not even coming from people who are not your countrymen, they are your countrymen because of a few factors. But that one is not the issue. That cannot stop you from interacting.
With
Out
people.
of people, they are always good people. It's not like a sack of onions whereby when one is spoiled, it actually makes others rot. No, they are always good people. So all in all, what I can say is whether if you came new, if you know someone in the school or you don't know, please start a friendship where you sit. Because what I mean is that the class you sit, the people around you there, they're the people you should first make friendship before you move out. But if you already knew someone, you have a cousin here, or you have a friend that came in, it's okay. Start from there. That can actually help a lot. So that is actually what I could add on that.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think we have touched every part of high school life, or let me say college life.
Yes, yes.
And to our viewers, I'm really sorry. We are really sorry. There has been a delay. We have not been releasing episodes, and because of one or two reasons. But hey, it's not an excuse. So we are planning to be releasing an episode every week.
I
It
think
could be
yeah.
with two of them or with any other person.
Yes,
It
yes.
could be.
I think the next one is it would be good if we, actually it's going to be a complex one as you said earlier. So we're going to call a lot of people and we have views. If because I know there's a lot going to be a mixed reaction and there are going to be some questions. So we shall have to again fish out what we actually said and we correct some misquotes or whatever. Yeah. So next week, Friday, right?
Friday.
Friday, yes.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
Every Friday
Every Friday
we'll
there's a new episode. So
we'll be releasing an episode.
thank you all. Yes.
And you can also whatever idea you have, because
You
whatever
can
we
let
said,
us discuss it too.
whatever we said is from our own perspectives. We would
Yes.
love to hear from you. We would love to know and learn as well, because the main idea of us talking is to make you learn something from our own point of view, and you can also comment on that.
It is not
With that,
dictatorship.
with that being said, you can follow Talk Flow Podcast on your favorite social media. You can also follow us on YouTube at Talk Flow Podcast 211. Same thing on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. We appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Peace out.
Peace.